This one's fun. We got Court the Crusher McGee taking on Ramiz Brahimaj, and this one should be very interesting, right? Because Brahimaj is coming off that nice win over Sasha Palatnikov, and before that, it was that fight against Max Griffin where he definitely decisively lost that one. Almost lost an ear in the process. One of the most gruesome, gnarly injuries in recent memory for sure. And it was good to see him get back on that winning track over Sasha Palatnikov, who had picked up a recent UFC win himself. So it wasn't like Sasha hasn't, had some success in the UFC. It was a pretty decent win, but the guy is only 9-3, and he's taking on Court McGee, who is 20-10, been in the UFC forever, right? He's got a hell of a story, overcame plenty of adversity to even just kickstart his MMA career, and has managed to just, kind of float around in the UFC, fighting the toughest guys for a really long time, right? I mean, if you go and scroll through Robert Whitaker's losses, one of his few is to Court the Crusher McGee, and it was a close split decision. But even if you're fighting in a close contest with the Reaper, I mean, there's definitely something to behold there. And we also can note that he fought Sean Strickland, a fight that was originally announced as a majority draw, but there was some sort of scoring error to where he ended up losing the unanimous decision. But again, this is, tough guy. Sean Strickland is on an absolute tear right now, and he also went the distance with Diego Ligma, Sean Brady, and Carlos Condit. So he's a guy who's very difficult to put out. And we know that Brahimaj is a guy who, when he's winning his fights, he's winning by finish, right? This guy has some gnarly submissions on the ground. And I don't know. I'm looking at this fight and I'm kind of torn because I think Court McGee, while he is the older fighter, he's a savvy veteran coming off a nice win over Claudio Silva, and he's a guy who's very difficult to finish. And if Ramiz Brahimaj is, gonna have a pathway, that's usually how he wins his contest. So, what are your thoughts on this welterweight matchup? Are you going with Court the Crusher McGee, or do you think Ramiz just kind of returns with a new ear, a new lease on life, and finds a way to get this one done? Who you got?
Yeah, I gotta go with the younger fighter, Ramiz. I think he's going to crush the Crusher in this one. I'm with their topology. I don't like that McGee's on three-fight lose streak, gets a W, and then now he's fighting this young kid that is, I would say, more hungry if I had to guess. And I mean, he's 37, Court McGee is, and I mean, he's on his way out. Let's be real. Like, and he's been in the game for a while, so he is an OG. This could be a levels test though, and he could absolutely get smacked like some Cub Swanson versus Kron Gracie. But I don't see it. I think Vermees is going to get it done via decision. Maybe even a finish. That would be surprising. But yeah, I'm going to go with decision, Ramiz.
Yeah, see, and I don't blame you because, he is the younger guy. He's the fresher guy. He's fighting out of Fortis MMA, which we know is a super tough gym. But, I would buy the narrative that, Court McGee is on his way out because you're right, he did lose those three straight. But that fight against Claudio Silva, he did look pretty good. It almost like seemed like a sort of revamped version of Court the Crusher. And it seemed like, Court was just trying to maintain his role in the UFC and earn himself a couple more fights, maybe another contract. So I don't know. I'm not quite ready to say that he is on his way out because that last fight did show me something different. So if you're gonna go with Brahimaj, are you bullish on that Copper submission? It looks like 20% of Tapology thinks he'll find a way to win by submission. Majority definitely coming by decision though, and I personally think that whoever wins this fight will go the distance. How do you think Brahimaj gets it done?
Yeah, I agree. I think it's gonna be a decision. That would be very surprising if he submits an OG like Court. But hey, maybe this guy he's been practicing his grappling. Who knows? But yeah, I think it's gonna be a decision. And I think it's gonna be a close fight though. But yeah, I gotta go with Ramiz.
Feel that all the way. I see it the same, that I think it's going to be a close contest. I think that whoever wins will be by decision, and I happen to think that Court McGee is going to be the winning fighter in this one. I just think that the Crusher, you mentioned, I think you said something to the effect of this could be a levels test, and I don't know. That's sort of what I'm anticipating in this one. I think that Court McGee is just going to find a way to mix it up, make things ugly, press him up against the cage, maybe get some takedowns. And ultimately, I just see Court McGee stealing a couple rounds. And although I anticipate it being a pretty close competitive contest, I think it's one that Court the Crusher emerges from as the victor. So I got to roll with the 47%. It's interesting to see Tapology pretty split on this one, and the odds are saying the same thing, right? Court McGee's coming in as a minus 120, near even money. Brahimaj is plus 100. So community's pretty split. Odds makers are pretty split. Appears that you and I are split as well, because I'm going with the Crusher. So any last thoughts on this one? This one's gonna be good.
No, boys, throw in the comments who you guys got. You got McGee or you got Ramiz. Let us know who you guys got. Make sure to smash that me subscribe, throw the like button, and check out other videos.